The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network. What up, everybody? This is Relatable Radio, where it is always ladies' night. My name is Jackie, and I have here with me Amy.
Hello.
And Allison.
What up?
And Taylor.
Hi.
And just real quick, you can check us out and a whole host of other shows by going to mbnnetwork.com. It's easier than ever. You go to the website, you pick your show, you pick the platform you want to listen to it, and boom, you're there. And then it's like you're living in our heads and our lives.
Yeah.
Lucky
You're
you.
part of us, whether you like it or not.
I feel like we've got lots of good stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
This
We really,
we
I
do.
feel like we do.
Yeah.
So, who wants to start?
I want to hear about Allison's adventures this
I
weekend.
had
at
an
the beach.
adventure.
Oh,
So-
yes.
Well, Friday I was supposed to go to a bingo. They canceled it. So I made taco dip.
What did you do with the
You
taco
had a
dip?
lot of taco dip.
I did. I ate it. Well,
I was
Danny and
trying
I
to
ate
get
the
you to
first
come
one.
over.
No,
Like,
and then-
hey, come watch movies and stuff and bring
Bring
your taco
your
dip.
dip. So we ate the first one, and then I left the other one for. I guess there was a fight on Friday night or Saturday night. So my brother came over, his girlfriend, and they ate all the taco dip.
There you go.
Yeah, so
you-
it went to good use.
Yeah,
I'll just
it
have to
really
make it
did.
again.
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, and it was super easy. I needed
I love
something
taco dip's super easy
Yeah.
to make.
It was great.
I
What was
have
your-
to say real quick because I was like, well, I was talking about your friend that's in the coma
Yes.
with the medical issue. So I was like, well, Allison knows her. She signed up for the meal train, and I was like, don't worry, she's taking them pizza.
Yeah.
She's not
Oh, yeah,
cooking
totally.
anything.
I can't even cook
Yeah.
ever. So I was like, I'm not even going to give them any type of thing
No.
I will make.
Yeah.
You told me, and I was like, what? There's that moment
Yeah,
of like, wait,
no, I
you
sent
did?
over a bunch of pizzas and chips and soda, and they were taken care of. So,
Good.
yeah. What did I do Saturday? So I worked, and then after work, my mom took us to Rehoboth Beach, which I've never been to, and we got all dressed up, and we went to the Purple Parrot. I don't know if you guys heard of that.
Mm-mm.
It's a gay bar. It was so fun.
It looked
It
like
was
I was
so
loving all your
fun.
Snapchats.
It was so fun.
Gay bars always are a ton of fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I go to them in Philly. Well, not anymore. I used to go to the gayborhood in Philly, and just my friends were like, "Are you all right?" Like they'd go to the bathroom or have a cigarette or whatever, and I'm like, they're like, "Are you okay?" It's like I've never felt safer in all my
Yeah,
life.
right.
Yeah.
My sister was like, I have never, you don't feel judged at all.
No.
At all. The bathrooms, they said on them, whichever one you feel comfortable going in. It was just really cool.
Which one's the cleanest?
Yeah, right.
That's all I care
Well,
about.
I
in
Michael
public
Jacksoned
bathrooms.
over the toilets anyway. I was like, legs up.
She's like,
But I drank a lot. I haven't drank
Did
that
some
much in a long time.
karaoke?
Yeah. So everybody was singing these older songs and I think we might have been the youngest there. And I was like, I'm going to throw him a curveball.
Oh, and you did.
And we went up and sang Pony by Genuine. And it was amazing. It was so fun.
I'm sure that was a
were they
hit.
Yeah.
hooting
Oh,
and
yeah.
hollering?
Oh, yeah.
I danced so hard that I forgot that I had to sing. And I was out of breath. I turned to my sister. I'm like, we have to sing. I just danced my ass off in the beginning of the intro. I'm out of breath. Oh my God. But it was a lot of fun.
Did you do any other songs?
I Ubered for the first time.
Oh, did you? How'd that
And
go?
I sat in the front.
Oh,
Okay.
So
There you go.
I know people that do that.
yeah,
I think that's weird.
I went right up in
I don't
there.
like people, so that would just
Right up.
you would. Well,
Yeah, no
is this
hesitation.
after the bar though, right?
No, it's before.
Oh, before.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's
The
gotta sit
fight walking to the car was, I'm not sitting up with him. I was like, fine, I will. And then-
What do they think is going to happen?
I know. And then I get in, he's like, oh, there's a massager going on for you. I was like, well,
What?
I hit the
Bonus?
jackpot.
front seat bonus.
Yeah.
Bing
So-
pot.
But it was fun. We woke up and we were like, oh my God. We had the worst headaches ever. Then we went to Bob Evans for breakfast.
Nice.
Yeah. Down on the farm.
Did you do any other songs for karaoke, or was that the only
No,
one?
that was the only one. So he somebody sang. So he would play songs in between people,
Right.
and he started. I think it was like T-Pain. He started to play, and my sisters and I just went down. And at that point, it was a big dance party, so he just went with it. So we danced for a good portion of the night.
Good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That sounds like an awesome time.
And this one guy was flirting with my mother. It was very awkward.
Yeah, it was.
Very awkward. At first, I was like, "Oh, he's gay. He's cool." And then he wasn't gay. And then he was saying really gross things to mom.
Oh.
I was like, "All right, Mom,
What
take
was-
your teeth out. Let's gross
Let's
him
make
out."
it real.
Did you do it?
See
I
what
saw
he's
like a
getting.
picture of her
Oh
doing
my god!
something
Did you see
weird.
that video of Mother?
Mother.
She looked like a freaking
I saw your
llama.
snap saying,
Some
like-
shit.
Like you're like, I had to get ghetto on that guy.
Yeah,
or
I
whatever.
did. I was like, "You're making me very uncomfortable. You have to leave now. She's my mom." And he just like, and then he took the opportunity when we went to the dance floor that he was like gonna
Swoop right in
back. I
there.
was like, ew. And I knew his name, so I kept calling him Patrick. Like, Patrick, you need to go.
Like the momenters coming out. Like you're grounded. You can't play with your friends and leave my mom alone. She's my mom.
And what did your mother have to say about this, Patrick?
I think she's very naive. She didn't understand. She's like, "I'm just being nice to him." And I was like, "Mom, it's not like that. Like,
It's
nice.
2019, Mom.
He's taking it as you're like flirting, but you're just honestly just being nice."
But see, this is one of the issues that women have.
Yeah.
We're nice.
Where's the fine- right.
Right. And men,
We can't be nice.
right. We
Because
can't be
then
nice.
they just assume
and then
that-
we're
right.
a bitch and we're all the other fun little
Right.
curse words because we're simply not interested. When you try to be nice, people don't get it.
Right.
Nope.
So really, there's
We
a
all
fine
need daughters
line.
like Allison to step
Yeah.
in and be like, Patrick, go home.
Yeah.
Patrick, not today.
Not today.
Not today.
I feel like we're talking
Go
about
sing your
Patrick
song.
from like SpongeBob or something.
Yeah, so that was my weekend.
Sounds like
When
a
did you get
blast.
home?
I got home probably around like 2-ish. Yesterday, I jumped in the shower because I was like, I need help.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my weekend extravaganza.
How about you, Amy?
I'm one day I'm going to come on this and I'm not going to say this, but I have to say it this week that pee poops are back again.
Oh my
It's
god!
I don't know what's going on in my house. This is the third week in a row. I don't understand. I don't get it. This was a different child, the other one.
Well,
And I
That's good.
switching it up a little bit.
Yeah.
He was a Come on. I'm just amazed by him and this whole situation. Friday, it was a snow day, thankfully, because I didn't have to like go pick him up at school.
Yeah.
And like he's like he had diarrhea, and I was like, not a big deal. It could have been from anything. I didn't even think I was working. I wasn't paying attention, to be honest. And he's like, "Oh, Mom, I'm gonna go back to your bathroom." I'm like, "Okay." So like he's in there like a few minutes, and I haven't heard from him. So I go in. He's sitting there. And I said, "You okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I just threw up." Like so casual, and I was like, "Oh, are you okay?" Like I'm used to the little one who like cries
Right,
before,
makes it
during,
a-
and after,
yeah.
and it's a
Right.
huge
That's
epic
me,
thing.
by the
Like,
way.
Yeah, me
and he was
too.
just so
Throwing
happy.
up.
He was like, "Yeah, I just threw up," and I was like, okay." Like I didn't have the rubs
Yeah.
back, like nothing. Anyway, he's better now. I do have a funny story, a Kevin story, which he's going to yell because we talk about him too much, but he's just so entertaining sometimes. So Thursday night, I didn't feel like cooking. I had a shitty day at work. So I'm like, well, let's just order pizza. I'm like, but I don't want pizza from like our normal place. Like, can we try somewhere different? Like, I'm not in the mood for that pizza. I want something different. So I order pizza online. I'm like, Kev, it's, ready. Go pick it up. He leaves to go pick it up. And his phone died while he was on his way.
Oh no!
And I get a phone call from Reno's, which is a pizza place down the street. And I answer it, and he's like, "Hey, my phone died." He's like, "They say they don't have an order here." I said, "I know. I ordered from Giorgio's." And he's like, "Oh, well, I just told them to place the order for the pizza and the fries."
Oh my
like,
god.
Okay. I'm like, well, now you have to, after you do that one, you have to go to Giorgio's and pick up the order that's already paid for, that's sitting there waiting for you.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
He comes back like half an hour later with 2 pizzas, 2 cheese fries.
Oh my!
I'm like, well, bonus, we get to
Taste-
figure out which one's better, right?
Taste
like
test.
taste test.
Yeah.
Reno's definitely better. But it was just
That's
Kev,
hysterical.
just what are you doing?
I wish I was a fly on the wall in Reno's.
As I told, there was this pause on the phone of because as soon as there was that long pause, I realized he had already placed the order again because he thought that they fucked up
and
or
he
something
called from their phone.
From their phone. So what is he gonna do? Be like, just leave?
Thanks for letting me use your phone. I gotta go by. And you normally order from Reno's, so you don't want to dick them over.
Right? Like it was this just cluster of him not paying attention to where I said I ordered from.
I mean, it's worse things could happen. I think it's kind of funny.
We had lunch for the snow day on Friday, right?
Yeah.
So not the end of the
We
world.
always like to make sure we have
pizza,
snacks in case we get snowed in.
It was really entertaining. That's my funny Kevin story. And then I did nothing on Saturday. I literally just read a book, an entire book. That's all I did on Saturday. It was wonderful. Like a Nora Roberts, fun, easy book about witches and love and demons and stuff. So it was good. And then I did Painting with a Twist on Saturday night. Yes, which was a ton of fun. I just want to put it out there for anyone who has seen the picture.
Yeah.
Because there is a picture floating around.
I mentioned that Kev's looked really good.
It does look very good.
There's backstory.
There's a backstory.
Oh, you're
so
getting
when
called
you
out.
There's the
Sorry,
instructor, and then there's a little helper that goes around to anybody who needs more paint or needs what are you supposed to do or how are you supposed to do this. That girl was at Kevin's station the entire time. So much so that he had her sign the painting as well as him because she did so much of it.
Oh my God.
Kev, you cheated.
Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, Kev's looks everybody's shocked. Oh my God, Kev's is really good."
Oh my God.
I need to know. Do you know the person's name?
Her name is Emily.
The fact that she signed it too.
Who was the instructor? Do you remember her name?
No.
Okay.
Short hair. A little bit older. She used to be an animator. She's a little bit dorky. Okay. Really nice though. So yeah. So I didn't look. He was sitting across from me, so I couldn't see his painting. So I'm I'm not looking.
Yeah.
The entire time. I wanted it to be a big reveal at the end.
Grand reveal.
Because he was so cocky in the beginning. So I will say the background, it was a sunset picture.
Yeah.
So the sunset background picture of the oranges and stuff and the purples and that he did that part. And he actually did a really good job with those few colors. And that one part. But then she did the clouds and the boat and all the other stuff.
She did the main thing.
The main things, yes. The main things.
And the breaking of the wave, he said.
Yes,
and,
he fixed his wave was all jacked up, so he was like, "Oh, can this be fixed?" And she came in and fixed the entire thing for him.
He was like, "I did this, and she did this, and this."
She saved my life.
He was so cocky in the beginning because he was like, "Oh, look at this! This looks great. It's great. Oh God, great! I'm doing." And then that was just literally you drew a line in the middle and did some orange and some purple, and then it started getting into the clouds and the sun
stuff,
and the highlighting and the waves and the this and that, and his confidence level went down pretty far.
I'm looking at the picture.
Oh my
right
God,
now.
it's so good. She should have gotten in the picture with you guys and held the painting too with Kev.
It became a joke because she would she'd be walking around and he'd be like, yeah, can you? And she
should have brought a chair.
He's like, see this cloud here? I don't want it to be there. Can you fix that?
My God.
Oh my God.
But it was a lot of fun. I haven't done that in a really long time.
So what did you guys do with your paintings? Since you have two
they're
of the
just
same
sitting
thing.
on our windowsill in the living room right now.
Okay.
I mean, exactly. We have two of the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
where were the boys while you guys did this?
my little brother came over to watch them.
Oh, good.
Which they were excited about Uncle Adam coming over to hang out. And yeah. So
nice.
It was good. It was good to get out. Drank some wine.
Yeah. I was supposed to go to karaoke Friday night, but they were saying the weather was supposed to be really bad, and Taylor was in Vegas living it up. And so I was like, I'm not gonna go because if Taylor was home, I would have gone because somebody would be here to take care of the dog.
Yeah. If you got stuck
if I got
somewhere
stuck
or couldn't make
somewhere,
it home, and then Finn
yeah.
would be here,
Yeah.
that's not good.
My friend was like, just bring your dog. And obviously not to the bar, but to her house because she lives not far from there. But I was like, listen, when he's in new places, he gets very, not anxious, but he has to pee a lot. A lot. So he like overdrinks
nervous
water.
pee.
He
Just-
and he just constantly has to go outside to pee. So I'm like,
Nope.
no, because I should be there for that. And no, I can't do that to TJ or her husband. I'm like, no. So I stayed in and I had texted my sister Kim and I'm like, do you want to watch Haunting of Hill House? Because I feel like you would enjoy it. So she came over. She like stopped at the grocery store. I was like, grab snacks. And she's like, well, like what? I'm like, anything.
everything.
Candy, chips, popcorn, the huge. So she came over and then at one point it was like freezing rain already. So I was like, dude, I don't know. I'm like, also, I don't think I wanted to sleep here alone. I wasn't as scared watching The Haunting of Hill House the second time because I knew everything coming along. And there was times I'd be like, you really need to pay attention to this part. And then like she'd jump or scream or be like, what was that? She was always like, wait, which one is that? I'm like, oh, Kim, how do you not know the characters by now? Like sometimes it is hard to see like whose face it was, like especially when with the makeup all done and they look creepy. So I was like, oh, Kim, it's the mom. Like, so she ended up sleeping over. She's like, well, I might as well sleep over and you're not supposed to put on another episode. So we stayed up until like 2:00 in the morning. And then we wake up the next morning. It's like 6:00 in the morning. We got like 4 hours of sleep and we were both like up. So we're like, okay, well, let's just finish this out. Like we had 3 more episodes to get through.
Just do it.
Wow.
So we did it.
Nice.
And I ate candy in bed while watching.
Sounds amazing.
I was like, bring the candy
like the most
in.
wonderful night.
Yeah.
I was like, bring the candy in. that was my breakfast.
I want remember back in the day when you do like sleepovers with your girlfriends and like
Why did that stop?
Why did that stop?
She's
I
a
literally
grow-up.
would love to kick everybody out of my house and like invite a bunch of girls over for a slumber party.
Girls
be so
only.
But like
fun.
it's better now because we'd be drinking like a
Yeah.
lot.
Like legally.
Yeah. That sounds
I
like
used to drink
that's what I
illegally
want to
all
do
the
for my
time.
birthday. I want to have a slumber party at my house.
But I think we
Okay.
should like go out first, dance, and then go back
Yeah.
to your house for sleepover.
I'll like bring out all the mattresses, just put them
Yeah.
all out on the floor in the
Yeah.
living room.
Yeah.
A bunch of
into it.
pillows and
And
sounds so
Would be
nice.
fun.
You're gonna have
Fun.
to
Okay,
do
you're not
that.
gonna be there.
You have to do that after we get back, probably from
Have
our
pillow
honeymoon.
fights in our underwear and everything.
I don't think you want to
great.
see me in the underwear.
Also, I was like, wait, what?
I'm like, yeah,
I
oh,
was like,
okay.
sure, sure.
No, Allison chopped our hair.
Yeah.
She did such a good job.
She did Amy's
Yes, I love it.
Wednesday, and mine was Thursday.
Yeah.
A lot of people like loved it, and I was like, "Well, it's styled because Allison did it, and
It's
then
never
I
gonna
was
look like this ever
never
again.
look this again." I was like, styling this morning. I was like, "This just looks stupid." I like flat ironed it because like part of it was flipping out, so I was like, "Let me just flat iron it real quick," and then which my flat iron when I plug it in, and you tell me what this might mean. So I plug it into the outlet in the bathroom, which is kind of the only real place I have
Yeah.
to do this. Our lights flicker, real like
For a flat iron? Really?
yeah.
I can
It's
see
like-
like a hair
it's
dryer
like-
or something when you like put, initially put
Nope.
it on and it.
It's like when you first plug it in and turn it on, it's fine. But once it's like fully heated up, the lights will dim and undim, dim and undim. It's really kind of creepy because
Yeah.
the first time I used it, I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
It goes
like
to the
this, like
hairs
a
of the
ghost.
past.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And it's annoying. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do my makeup. Let me turn this
That's
thing
really
off.
annoying.
So I turned it off, quick did my makeup, turned it back on because it doesn't take long to heat up.
No.
And I was like, just real quick, get this straight.
Yeah, before the flickering starts.
And it will flicker regardless. Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah.
I also found out the automatic curler I got back in December, it was like a limited time thing. They don't sell them anymore because my friend was looking for it because I curled her hair with it.
Yeah.
And her hair's like, she's a lot. It's long and it's thick and it just takes a while. Like I tried to curl it with a curling iron before a wedding for her and it turned out okay. Like it wasn't my best work. I'm also not a hairdresser. Okay.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer, I'm not a hairdresser, but I do try to help people out and do their hairs for weddings if need be. Like mostly family, I'll do their hair and makeup. Again, nothing like Allison can do because she did my hair and makeup for my wedding. But I used my automatic curler for her when I went away for that bachelorette party. And it took maybe like an hour, I think, to do her hair.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was like, I love your hair. I love it. And I was like, I did it.
It was me.
I
It
did
was
it.
me.
I get that it's her hair, but like I made
Right.
that happen.
Right.
And it held up even though like the next day, like it looked really good. So she was looking for it because she wanted to buy it.
No.
She had to get something
But
different.
eBay. I bet you could find it on eBay.
I don't know. It was like it was
Find
limited.
everything on eBay.
It's like, and I didn't realize that it was like a limited thing. Like, or maybe they just, I don't know. When I bought it, she was just like, these are brand new. So I said, okay. It was a buy one, get one free. So I got a flat iron and the automatic curler for like
Good
$80
deal.
total. And I got a free tote bag and I got a $5
Look
OPI.
at you.
I know.
What?
It came because of the deal. You get a free tote bag, which
Can't
I
say
use.
no to that.
No, yeah. I got a free like OPI, not free. It was like $5 though. OPI nail polish is never $5.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
I was like, Big Apple Red.
There you go.
It's my go-to. Had to get it. but
Timeless red.
yeah.
Allison, you have a funny story about
My
something that
foot's stuck.
happened on Saturday, I believe, at work
What?
when you were
What?
doing my sister-in-law's hair.
Wait, what? What'd I do?
Wait, hold
You
on.
seriously don't remember? You were texting me,
Oh God.
and I was like, "Oh my god, we need to talk about that."
Wait, was
You
that?
had an Allison moment.
I did it when I did Jackie's hair.
She was,
Was
like,
it Jackie's
why
hair?
won't
Yes.
this thing turn on? And she didn't have the curling iron plugged in.
I looked at
She was
Jackie and
getting
I was
real
like,
frustrated.
I didn't even say anything. I just looked when I realized I didn't plug it in. I just looked at Jackie and I was like, I can't do everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was like, well,
I can't do everything.
I can't do
I was like,
everything.
it's-
And I
it's
was
not
like,
plugged in.
she's like, great. Can't wait for you guys to bring this up during the show and then make fun of me. And I was like, we don't have to.
I did that with Kelly too, but I just didn't mention it. Yeah,
So you
I went
did
to
it
like curl her
twice
hair and I
in
was
the
like,
span of, like,
"Jeez," I'm like clicking it. I'm like, why isn't it working? And I was like, motherfucker, not plugged in. Oh,
You
man.
think Thursday taught you something?
I know.
No.
Oh,
That's
well.
funny. So what
Oh, well.
what did your sister-in-law get done? She cut or color or what?
Both. So
Okay. Did she chop? Did she
Not
get
like
her-
we
like
did.
2 inches.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a nice trim. It
But
wasn't.
she was like blonde. She had dark roots, but we always did like foils. She wanted to go dark, and a lot of blondes think they have to go dark to get rid of that root, but you don't. You can do like what they call a shadow root, which almost makes it look like it's very natural.
Okay.
I took the color mostly to like her natural, and then just blended it into the blonde, and then did like that color kind of throughout like a low light. And
Okay.
yeah, she was able to, best of both worlds.
I love your color. You do such a good job.
Yeah.
You really do.
Thanks.
Because you just make it look so natural.
Thank you.
Everybody thought I got my hair colored, and I was like, no, it's just light as shit.
Yeah, a lot of people think that like after a big cut like that too.
Yeah. Oh, you know what?
I'm showing
think I
Jackie a
did
picture of the
see-
hair.
Did you post this on?
I post on
Someone?
Snap. Yeah,
Okay,
Snapchat.
that's funny. I didn't realize that was her head.
Yeah, that's my sister-in-law's head.
It does look really good, though. It's a really nice color.
Thanks. Yeah, I was happy with it.
Got a professional.
Yeah, you did a really good job. I like Jackie's hair and Amy's hair a lot. They both look
Thanks.
really,
She
really nice.
she did what they call slept on curls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a
Yep.
shit for you too.
Is that like the official name on it of it?
And we're going with it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I thought so. I was like, she did slept on curls, so I could roll out of
Yeah.
bed with this.
Yeah, my hair didn't do that so much.
No?
Like I woke up in the morning, I'm like, this isn't gonna work.
Oh.
My hair doesn't hold curl really, really well.
Yeah.
So I just kind of, I don't even know what I did with it. I'm still in those play stages of like,
Yeah.
I got to
Yeah.
figure out like what it can do, what it wants
Right.
to do, what
I
it's
watched
willing
it.
to do.
I washed it yesterday for the first time, and then
Did you use too much of anything?
No,
No.
I was
I
trying
did.
to be really
Totally did
smart
the
about
first
it.
time. I was like,
I was trying to be
oh,
really
shit,
smart.
this is like twice the
You're
amount
like
I
opening
need.
the cap and putting it back in.
I'll just
I've
use the
done
rest
that.
of my arms.
Yeah. No, and then I put a little bit of mousse in it, and then I just let it like air dry.
Yeah.
So, and I like was running around, and then I was like, well, at least it'll be dry. And then in the morning, if I need a flat iron, I'll flat iron it. So my goal is going to be, I'm going to wash it, I think Thursday. Again, put a little bit of product in it, let it air dry. And then Friday I have a wedding. So
Okay.
I'm going to leave work a little early and come home and try to curl it with the
Yeah.
automatic curler.
I think it'll look good. You'll
I'm
send
just
me a
nervous
picture.
since it's short. Like I hope, you know what I mean? Like when the behind the head curls are always the
Yeah.
worst.
I guess you could just.
I normally bring it to the side, but because it's shorter now.
Right.
That's
Just don't get your finger.
well, no, because you have to like put it inside. Like this is
I'm
when
not
you
saying
feed
it from experience. I'm just
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Have you seen? Did I show you it? I'll have to show you.
Yeah, you'll have to show me.
Okay. It's really interesting.
You should practice on my hair and you can check.
Yeah, that's true.
I did my sister's hair, and her hair is shorter than mine. But again, it's easier because it's not my head.
Yeah.
It's someone else's head.
Yeah.
So
It's easier.
Even if you just get a
you-
few curls back there, it'll.
Yeah.
we'll see.
No. Yeah.
If you start from the top of your head and work your way down. But I usually pin curls up. When I curl it, pin it, and then do the rest of my head, and then unpin them all once they're like set.
Sounds complicated.
It's not.
I normally just divide my hair,
Mhm.
do the bottom, and then I do the top.
Yeah.
That's how I used to do it. And then I saw something one day. It was like, start at the top. And I was like, okay, let me give this a shot. And so then I started at the top and I was like, oh my God, this is so much easier.
I feel like I would constantly get pieces that I've already curled.
But when I curl it, so I'll curl it and then I'll just wrap it
And then
immediately throw a bobby pin in it. And so when I did the top
Okay.
and then it left
Oh
all the
shit!
rest
So
down.
you're setting your curls.
Yeah.
Yeah. They stay a lot longer for me if I do that.
Yeah.
And then they're out of the way when I do
True.
it. So it's not, and then when I'm done, I
I
just.
don't think I have the patience to pin them.
I don't
You
have
do
the
it.
patience to figure out
Come
which
You come
pieces
over
of
on
hair
Friday
I need
and
to
you
do
do it.
still.
Work from home.
Actually, I'm already working from home on Friday.
Perfect. You're home.
I'm
Get
home
on
too.
home.
I get
I'll
off at
come home,
3:30.
and we'll all we'll curl my hair, guys.
I'm
We
down.
could totally do that. I may have to bring Cole, but whatever.
As long as he doesn't have,
with Taylor.
pee poops.
Yeah. No more pee poops.
God, no more pee poops. The year of the pee poops.
Yeah. Well, let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with more Relatable Radio.
MBNnetwork.com. It's never been easier to find your new favorite podcast. Go there, click the link at the top, and choose the show and platform that you want to listen to it on. It's that simple. We are moving the season finale of Novak and Franz to next week with the other season finale of Might Be Brews. That's right. Season 1 of the Might Be News Network is coming to a close. The week of the 18th is the last week. That's it. And then we're off for a little while, and we'll come back. Season 2. Bigger, better than ever. I'm telling you right now, I'm working on a bunch of shit that is going to make this experience even crazier. So stay tuned. Thank you all so much for listening to us. Make sure you tune in next week to the season finale of Novak and Franz and Might Be Brews.
Welcome back to Relatable Radio. My name is Jackie, and here is Amy.
There she is. Hello.
And Allison.
Hi.
And Taylor.
Yo, what up?
He's like lounging over
You
there.
have to come like 3 feet in. to see that.
Hey, like flying up, like, oh shit, that's my name.
Shit. That's me. So in recording world, we're actually recording Monday, and we all just heard some very sad news that
Yeah.
Yeah,
Luke
very sad.
Perry has died.
Mm-hmm.
I never take a lunch break, but my close girlfriends were all like, hey, we're all getting together at Kelly's house, she lives in Downingtown. Can you take a lunch break and come meet us with the kids? We're all here with the kids. Like, yeah, I'll see what I can do. It's not been very busy at work. So
Yeah.
I left for like an hour and a half or so. I told them, I was like, I'm going to go because I'm having lunch with my girlfriends, but I'm going to be longer than an hour.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll
it's
be
just
back when I'm
impossible.
back, guys.
Yeah. So I went down there and I was sitting there. We're all eating our walking tacos. Have you ever had a walking taco?
I've never actually
I've never.
had one.
Yeah.
So good.
I've
It's
heard
so
good things.
delicious. So for those who don't know, I'll just explain it real quick. You get a little bag of like Doritos. You open them, you crunch up the Doritos, and then you add the taco meat and whatever toppings you want, and then you just take a fork and you eat it out of the bag. So it's delicious.
I'm going to
you
serve
can
that
walk
for
with
dinner
it.
one night.
Yeah,
Here you go, kids.
Yeah.
we could do that for dinner one night.
Enjoy.
I would put
We
it
do
in
like
a bowl.
a big bag.
Yeah.
We do a big bag.
Family style.
Family style. When you go to put away, you just like roll up the bag and
Yep.
put it in the refrigerator. So I was sitting there at the table, and my sister sent a group text, and I was like, Luke Perry
He
died.
was so young too. So young.
Yeah, 52.
Yeah.
Such a shame.
Yeah, really sad.
They were redoing 90210.
That's what I hear. I don't know what they're going to do now. There's no Dylan. He was what? That's how Taylor says it.
What? He was a heartthrob.
Yeah.
He was.
Oh,
back then.
absolutely.
Big time.
I definitely had the biggest crush on him over the other guys.
Me too.
Well, Brian Austin Green's pretty dreamy too, actually. But in the beginning of the show, he was very young, so he didn't like grow into his looks just yet. Luke Perry just kind of always had it going on.
Which one is Brian Austin
Right.
Green? Was he Brandon?
Isn't
That his
he
name?
married to what's her name?
Yeah,
Megan
Megan
Fox.
Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox's husband.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. Do you know him?
Not
Fuck
a fan.
that guy.
Oh, you're not a fan?
Well, I mean, like, I
Babe.
don't know. Like, not in terms of 90210.
No one asked you if you like him on 90210 because I'm Googling it right now. I'm going to look up his character name because IMDb doesn't pay us.
I just remember he was in, he
He's
and what's his name?
David.
Ion, the other guy.
Yeah,
the blonde
Ian
guy.
Ziering.
Yeah. They were both in that Domino movie with Keira Knightley and Mickey
No, I
Rourke.
forgot about that movie.
Yeah, they were in it. That,
Hmm.
that was a pretty funny part.
Well, we got to wait to see who's dying next. Comes in threes, right? So, like,
The guy from Prodigy died.
oh, that's right. I did see that.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
there's
that's two.
Yeah.
Got to be somebody else, probably. Or shortly will be.
Because you're right. It does.
It always-
does
That someone
happen.
else
happen.
just
Like,
died.
Yeah, it was
Phases.
oh my gosh, it was an older woman though. She was on,
Oh, yes.
do you know what I'm talking
Yes.
about?
She was on
I
Who's
don't
the
know who you're
Boss.
talking
Yes,
about.
She was
yes.
on Overboard. She was what's her face's mom on the movie.
I missed that one.
Hold on. I got to make sure I get the right Overboard, not the remake.
Did anybody watch that? I love the original. Like, I,
I
love the original.
I love the original. I watched it the other day. It was on. My
So
mom
good.
was giggling like a schoolgirl.
So
She loves that
good.
movie.
It's a great movie.
Catherine Helmond. She died the other day. She died February 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so hopefully that's all we got. There's
Yeah.
nobody else.
Nobody else can die, guys.
Sorry.
Those are the rules. I don't
And if
make
one
them.
more dies, then another two have to for those
Oh,
sets
man.
of three.
Okay, well, like maybe let's we can pump the brakes on that rule a little bit. Like it's not like
Amy's all like
Double
into
touch.
it.
Okay, if it's one, there's got to
jump
be
in when
three.
jump in when you're ready to die. Okay, it's not how it works.
Double Dutch style.
Oh my god.
But so was he current? Like I don't watch Riverdale, but I know
Yeah.
he's on Riverdale, and it's really funny to read comments. By the way, of all you can tell how people know him.
How
Like-
old they are from
They're like,
where
oh
they
my
come
god,
from.
Archie's
That's so
dad
true.
died. Archie's dad, and I'm like, no,
That's not Archie's dad.
it's Dylan from 90210, assholes.
He was in,
Like God.
he was in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer
Oh
movie
my
as well.
God, Pike.
Pike, that was his
Yes.
name, right? Yeah.
Pike isn't a name; it's a fish.
Jackie, how do you store all this information
that's
in
a
your
lot.
head?
Happens.
It amazes me. Like I can't
know.
remember like what I did yesterday.
I also will say it's probably because you have kids.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
take up all
Yeah.
that
a lot
extra
of brain
energy.
cells.
Do you ever get and I don't want to change the subject, but people always
We
talk
don't do
about
that
We
ever.
don't ever do that.
But people always talk about like pregnancy brain or mommy
It's
brain.
a real thing. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Well, no, I know it's a real thing because I've witnessed it happen to people.
Forgot to pick up my kids. Yeah.
But does your brain ever come back?
Yeah,
No,
well-
no, it doesn't because I feel like it goes.
I
from
remember to pick
mommy-
them up now.
Mommy, it goes from baby brain when you're pregnant to mommy brain
Yeah.
when you have them. And I just think now it gets better. I'd say it
As
gets
they get
better
older,
as they
though?
get older and you start sleeping more.
Right, yeah.
Hypothetically, eventually.
Yeah.
See, there was an article and it said you won't get sleep for the first 6 years of your children's life or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
that sounds
agree?
exactly right. Yes,
I feel like pregnancy brain, you're forgetful.
yes.
But I feel like it's because your body's like
Mom
literally
brain will be
creating
literally
life.
in the middle of a sentence and it'll just disappear. Or you'll be like, "Oh, I got to do something." You'll pick up your phone to check
Right.
something and you'll be like, no fucking clue what I was going
Right.
to do.
I'll go
But, like,
upstairs and
I
run
do
to the
that.
boys' room,
I
like
do that
knowing what I'm
now.
doing, and I get in there and I'm like, yeah, what the fuck am I doing here?
gone.
Yeah.
It's just gone. I don't
I
know
And then I'll
where
go
it
back
goes.
downstairs, get the thought process again,
Yeah.
run back. I'm up and down those steps many times a day.
It's good though. Exercise,
workout.
getting your steps in. It's awesome.
Well, except when Danny heard and I was down the steps, fell over the gate. So
Whoops.
Wait,
my
you
foot
did-
got caught at the top. This is like 2 weeks
I was
ago.
like, wait.
You
And
don't
yeah,
really hurt yourself.
I know, but it was the slowest fall I've ever. I had time to reposition my legs, so I was able to land how I wanted. Because if I had landed otherwise, like it would have been bad. I could have.
It was the slowest.
And Danny
fall.
like heard the thump, and he came out. He's like, and I was still laying there, just like, oh my god, I can't believe that just happened. He was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I just tripped over
Danny,
that
I could have
gate.
died.
Like there's a big step after the last step where the gate is. I landed in the hallway.
all the way down.
Yeah. But it was like I can see myself falling. And I was like, whoa. And I switched my legs.
Have you ever fallen down the steps though?
I fall up the steps.
Hey, me too. When I was little, it became a thing that I used to do it so frequently
too.
that like I would I would
because
yell
you were
out.
running.
I don't know. I would be like, I'm okay, because so nobody would have to worry about asking.
No.
So because I like everybody,
Like,
it happened so frequently.
8 or 9 years ago, my sister and I were like, okay, we joined LA Fitness and we're like, let's go to a personal trainer. She fucking killed our legs.
That's
Holy
what they do.
fucking shit. So I think it's Memorial Day weekend. Because I think it was like a long weekend. We went on like Saturday and it was like the very next day, maybe that Monday morning. And I had these really nice, comfortable black pants. The only issue with them is they're a little long for my not so long legs. And going down the steps was just near impossible. So I get about but somewhere between the first, second, or third step down, and my foot just caught, like it was like on my heel, and I slid, and I went down about 3 or 4 steps on my butt, and it hurt so fucking bad. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning because I never sleep in. So it's 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm going downstairs, and my mom and my sister wake up and like. My mom knew it was me. And like this point, I'm down the steps. I'm like trying not to cry because my ass hurts so bad. I'm like breathing into a pillow to try to be quiet because I'm like, maybe nobody heard. My mom's like, Jackie, are you okay? I was like, I'm fine. Like I'm just yelling because I'm mad. I had the worst bruise. I was like, there's no appropriate way for me to position to take a picture. It was awful. It was
hurt.
huge, and it was the darkest bruise I think I've ever
My God.
self-inflicted. It took weeks to heal.
Ugh.
Oh my God.
Well, every time I fell up the steps, it was when I was leaving an argument.
I didn't realize it. Jeez.
Yeah, so I was already
You're
upset.
just, like, stomping
Yeah.
away, having your moment,
Yeah.
making your grand
and it'd be
exit.
like, boo, 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 boo.
Oh, fuck.
It's awful.
I've seen the owner of my company fall down the steps. The way my desk is positioned, like I have a weird entrance into my office. Like it's just slightly, it's not a flush door. It's the wall kind of pops out. So the door's kind of on an angle, but I can see like into the fax room pretty much. And there's a staircase on the other side of my wall. So he like came down the steps, and then the next thing I see is his body just sprawled out on the floor. And I was on the phone, and I was trying so hard not to laugh. And I couldn't even ask if he was okay because A, I was trying not to laugh, and B, I'm on the phone with somebody. But like when people fall, like unless I can tell they're seriously hurt, but my first reaction is to
That's
laugh.
what happens.
Yes. That and like when you see someone get scared, I can't. I can't.
I've laughed so many times. Like I laughed at my best friend. She fell down a hill. We're walking to the car after school, and she just like slid down this hill, and not on purpose. And my first friend, I was like in tears, and our other friend was like, "You're the worst friend ever." I was like, "She understands me. It's fine. She knows I'm gonna eventually say, 'Are you okay?'"
Right.
I know she wasn't hurt. It was very slow. She just lost her footing, and she literally like she was sliding down the grass. So
My sister
things
did that
happen.
once, and she tried to grab like trees, like these little twigs, and they kept coming out of the ground. And she just rolled and rolled and rolled.
Where was it? Though?
Valley Forge.
Oh God.
So those hills were like pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
yes.
Yeah, and everything she picked up just came out of the ground.
I did that.
It was so funny.
So you guys remember East, right?
Yeah.
By the tennis courts, there were those
Oh,
stairs
yeah.
with
Oh,
those,
yeah.
those fucking really, right?
Yep.
So like, I don't know.
Many people fell on them.
I was one of them, and it was muddy, and my whole ass was covered in. And it was the end of the day where everybody like
rushes out.
rushes out
At
to the
least
parking
it was
lot.
the end of the
So
day,
I was
and
like,
you'd have to go around school with a muddy ass.
No, but it was horribly embarrassing in front of
Amy,
the entire school.
I fell down the steps in the school
Yeah,
at the
it's
ninth grade
okay.
center, though.
that place was. I want to go in that place now. They've redone it. It's probably all nice with their
Did
air
they?
conditioning.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
everything.
God.
fuckers.
guys.
Yeah, those guys. Fuck those guys.
Fuck those guys.
You don't even know how good you have it.
Yeah.
No, not at all. That place was horrible.
Yeah,
Just
and God
remember
forbid
being
you took
really
off your
dusty,
sweater
too.
if you had a tank top on,
Oh,
showing
my
too much
God.
skin.
I
I'm
know,
like,
I'm like-
I'm literally dying. I have sweat dripping down my face.
Mhm.
I'm like, I didn't realize shoulders could be such a huge
Right.
turn on. That was like my argument then. And I'm like, now it even makes me more mad when I
Yeah.
look back and I'm
Right.
like, God damn, like
They're just
you're
shoulders.
You're punishing girls. You
Yeah.
get stories of
Like,
these
it's
girls
freaking
getting
hot.
sent home
My
because of
boobs
their
aren't out.
outfit.
Right.
Come on.
I'm not showing any nipples.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boob sweat.
Oh God, Amy took a sip of water. This feels like deja vu, but it was me last week.
Oh
So-
God, that was the worst. I thought it was
Like
spewed
your just
everywhere.
pull your shirt down so your nipples hanging out just a little bit.
Just a little.
Just a little bit.
What are you breastfeeding?
Welcome to high school. Titties out.
Nips on nips on nips.
But even still, everybody also has nipples. P.S.
Right.
Yes. It's only inappropriate if women show their nipples
I
though,
don't get it.
because they're on boobs.
I was having
Typically,
a conversation. Kevin and I were having a conversation with Jackson this weekend, and we were like, Jackson, just because you have these conversations with kids sometimes just for fun.
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference between a boy and a girl? As my 4-year-old, like what, and we're like trying to like get him to like figure it out.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was like, okay, what's the difference between mommy and daddy? Well, daddy has glasses.
Oh.
Oh, that
So
No.
innocent.
I'm gonna bring it up, and I'm gonna play it for you guys. And then I ended up bringing Cole in, and I was like, Cole, what's the difference between boys and girls? Hold on, let me find this video. Okay, Jackson, what's the difference between boys and girls?
What do boys have?
Okay.
And what do girls have?
Vagina.
A vagina.
Vaginas.
Vaginas.
I love it.
Vaginas.
A vagina.
Oh my God. Kids are so innocent.
Blake brought home
vagina?
a book today, and it's about a dog becoming a woman, and he brought it home because
me?
the dog grows boobs. Like,
Who writes these
They're
books?
such simple
I know.
creatures.
Weird.
because it has, and he was like, let me show you. And it was, the dog looked like Marilyn Monroe,
Oh God.
but it was a boy dog before. And then I have to read this book. Like, what the fuck is this book?
What?
And now that
And
I
he
talk
got this
about
from
it,
the
something's
library
wrong.
at school?
Like, something's weird about that, right?
Yes,
Like,
for
it's
sure.
it's a dude, and then it becomes
It's one thing if
Marilyn
it's like
Monroe.
a dog that becomes a man or a girl dog that becomes a like a human.
I mean,
right?
maybe things are changing.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, I'm not against-
obviously.
I mean,
You know,
sexuality is
whatever,
like fluid
I'm
now.
into
You
it.
think
Who
they're
knows?
trying to like
But I just
gently
didn't-
bring up the idea of like people who are transgender who like transition
Right.
from
Or maybe he just got it wrong.
Right.
But I mean,
There was
either way,
But it was a
Whatever.
dog.
He saw boobs and was like, "I'm getting this
thing
book."
Yeah.
started as a dog,
and then it turned into a dog dressed as a woman.
okay.
I don't. I want to like. Can
You're
you
gonna
like
have to.
snap us some
Yes.
like
Yeah.
flip through those pages and
I mean,
But they're so like, even if it was like when Caitlyn Jenner came out, it was so easy to like explain to them what happened.
that's because kids don't think it's weird.
And he was
because
like,
they haven't
and
been
like I
taught
remember
it's
telling
right.
to Landon, like he was like, that looks like, wait, it was a boy, and I'm like, yeah, it just makes him happy, and he was like, oh, okay, and it was over.
Okay.
Yeah, because kids, it's
Yeah.
as an
really
adult where
simple.
you've already been
Right.
taught
Right.
all of these preconceived things.
And so
by
Blake's
other
seeing
people.
this dog, all he's thinking about is the bosoms.
Of course, boobs.
The bosoms.
I'm telling boys.
God.
Boys are born with certain things.
Yeah.
Loving to play with their penis starts from day one.
Yep. I say
And
many
boobs.
times, get off of it.
Boys love
Taylor's just shaking
boobs.
his head. Yes.
Like
Yeah.
my kids will stick when they were like baby, stick their hand all the way down in my shirt just to like chill, and they just their arm would just be chilling in my boobs.
There was one year I could not take Blake to the pool because he was obsessed with boobs. Like this older woman, she was in her 60s in a bikini, and Blake was like staring at her.
You're like, wow.
I'm
How
like,
old-
"Blake,
how old was
let's
Blake at the time?"
Go.
How old was he?
He's 7. He must have been maybe 5.5, maybe early 6s.
Yeah.
Oh my
I mean-
God. So not that long ago.
And he helped her get a toy like out of the pool.
And she was probably like, "Oh, thanks."
right. And meanwhile, he's fixated on her old boobs.
Yabos. What do you call them, Max? Yabos?
Very nice. So again, all this knowledge just stored up.
I don't
in
even
there.
know what we were talking about before that, guys.
No.
Boobs.
Boobs.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Who knows?
We-
all I
go on
remember
these
is you
tangents.
saying, I don't mean to like.
I know, see?
I know. And now
I
I,
took
don't
it
even know what you're talking
someplace-
about.
Took it someplace. I don't even know where.
Boobs are awesome. Shoulders are awesome.
You like shoulders?
I
Does
mean-
does
Do they
it
do it
turn
you
you
like
on?
this?
No,
Does it turn you on? This right here?
I'm messing.
Dance
But
move?
like no, but you brought that up like in
I mean,
high school
I like
and
boobs
stuff.
too. I won't
and,
lie.
Like, dudes back then were just like skin, chicks,
Right.
boobs,
Yeah,
But
true.
it doesn't matter
Boobs?
if you're fully for a 15, 16-year-old boy. It doesn't matter if you have
No,
clothes
you're right.
on, don't have clothes on.
They're thinking about the same thing.
Yeah.
We're all naked to them because they're all fucking picturing us naked anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
So
The thing is, and I'm not justifying it because it is dumb and bullshit. But it's just it's human nature. Dudes, most of
dudes,
them.
exactly. But no, it's our. We have to deal with it, and
Yeah.
we have
But see,
to.
and
And
that's
that's
the
teaching-
the dumb part.
not
yeah.
teaching boys that it's inappropriate,
Right.
and that like it's not the
girls
time
need
and
to
the place.
cover up.
Right.
Our education it doesn't mean as much because we're women and not men. That's kind of
We're
what it
not
boils
as
down
smart
to.
as them.
There's so many girls like you, and I read stories. It was almost to the point where it's like once a week, and it was getting obnoxious. Girls sent home for a dress code, dress code, dress code,
Yeah. All
and
the
half
time.
of them seem like a normal outfit.
Well, and
Yeah.
what's crazy is that like thinking about it right now while
Yeah.
we're having this conversation as a guy, like I didn't think anything of it back then. Like I would hear girls talk about it and how fucked up it was, but I'm just like, yeah, that's fucked up, and then just move on. But like because like you said, I wasn't taught why or what. It just now you look at it and it's just like this totally different thing where it's just like that's fucking dumb. We should change the way that we teach boys
Right.
Yeah.
Everything.
how to objectify women and all
Yeah.
that shit.
They
It's
should
crazy.
see a nipple and be like, that's just a
It's
nipple.
all crazy, yeah.
Right. It's not going to give me a boner. You ever,
Oh, God.
you ever take a picture and you're like,
Of your nipple?
No.
What do you?
I
doing
have.
here?
but people who are like if you bend your arm a certain
Oh,
way,
it looks
right?
like
You take a
that.
picture, like, is it
Yeah.
my
Okay.
elbow or cleavage?
So when I remember in early elementary school, I was on the bus. It must have been, I had shorts on or something, and somebody had shown me at some point, I don't remember, probably an older person in our friends or something. So if you take your knee and you like pinch the skin together, it kind of looks like a vagina,
I
right?
think it's vagina.
I'm
a
sorry,
vagina.
vagina. So I remember sitting there on the bus and I asked, I don't even remember who it was. And I was like, what does this look like? Right? And I didn't do it. And like they totally guessed it right. And when they guessed it right, I got so embarrassed. So like mortified.
I can't believe they knew.
It's just, and I think it was one of those things I got myself into it without thinking of
Right.
like the end result of
Right.
like what this is gonna.
Yeah.
And then I got really uncomfortable and awkward and
Yeah.
One of my friends growing up fell. It was hilarious. And he like gashed his knee open on a rock. And
hilarious.
And during the healing process, we're like, that looks like a vagina on your knee. Not gonna lie, you
saying.
basically have a pussy on your knee. So these things happen.
Yeah.
It's a funny story, turned into pain, turned into a funny story again. I mean,
I ran
People
into a
fall.
building once.
like how bad? What building?
It was a firehouse. I literally walked into it.
You didn't know I was there?
I mean, like in theory, in theory, I knew it
What,
was
did you
there.
think the door was open?
I had like a hat on, and I was just like in my own world, and just
which
You
firehouse?
walked right into it?
You probably wouldn't know where it is.
Okay. Is it
It's like-
local?
It's in Modena. You know where Modena is? Probably not.
Yeah,
It's like outside
Like
of
out-
Coatesville.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But I used to live there back in elementary school, and like I was walking home from the bus, and I was just in my own world because that's what I do, and just straight walked into the side of the building.
Like you weren't looking up?
No, I had a hat on. It was hat day at school.
Oh
And
my
I didn't
God.
usually wear hats, and I really wasn't used to it. And I literally walked, and like it's that moment you like look around to see if like
See if anybody
anybody's
saw.
paying attention. I'm sure somebody probably tells that story today.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, there was this girl that walked into the side of the building. Yeah, that was
There was
me.
a guy that walked into glass. He tried to leave church early,
Oh, see?
right after
They'll
communion.
get you.
And he thought he
God.
must have thought the door was opened, but it was really like just plain glass next to the door.
Was it God?
Oh
God, so you're
my
staying.
God. Yeah.
You're not going
Like
anywhere.
I remember it was like
Did it
me, me, Maggie, and Tom. It was like thick glass.
Oh my God.
We were like laughing and just like looked down because like we always get to church. We always get to church late. We
I
never
can't
got a
imagine
seat.
why with as many children as there were
We
in your
never had
family.
a seat. We always had a stand. Always had to stand. So we happened to be near the door and we were like,
oh my
I
God.
watched somebody
It's
walk
bad.
into a sign in Westchester once, right by the beer mill.
you
Like,
say,
just-
I saw the sign.
It was, I mean, walked straight into it. And it was and I was hysterical. Like, I was laughing so hard. I was like in the back of my parents' car. Like, he had no idea I saw. He's like looking
Yeah.
around all like, and I saw it. I saw it and it was hysterical.
And now you're talking about so
Yep.
somebody
I know,
could totally
somebody, I'm
be
sure there are
seeing
many
little
stories
young
about me
Amy.
falling that people talk
Oh,
about.
me
'Cause
too,
I'm
for
I
sure.
always,
Klutz.
I got lucky in college. Like all of my friends in college, like freshman year, fell, and it was like embarrassing stories.
Mhm.
I like hydroplaned in flip flops in the hallway between two dorm rooms that were open, and I like fell into the wall, and no one. I got up. I was like, no one saw that because I was
Oh my
like, this is
God.
me. I went, oh God, and like
Brace yourself for impact.
pretty much. And I got up. And
Flip flops are the
Nobody
worst
knew.
design. Those
Nobody
things need
knew.
traction.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have something that I wanted to bring up, and I almost forgot about it. We only have a few more minutes left of the show, but I wanted to talk to you guys about something big that's been happening, and it's been all over the internet. And I know that a lot of you have read about it and know about it. This Momo thing.
Ooh.
It's a hoax.
It's a hoax.
Yes.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
I saw a video with it though.
There is a video, but it is essentially a hoax. I did get a
I
email
feel like
from
somebody
my kid's principal.
maybe like
Well-
made the video after all the hype. You
Blake
think
did
that
tell
happened?
me. We didn't tell him exactly what this was, but he did say we got rid of the computer. We got rid of YouTube on all devices. And we didn't say, we just kind of briefly, we said, there's people out there putting up videos in your videos that you like to watch that aren't appropriate. They're scary. And we're going to take this away till it's fixed. And Blake was like, oh yeah, this weird, scary image came up during one of my videos and it told me to get a fork and stab my arm.
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, oh.
See, we took away YouTube last week as well. But
like,
it
give me
really
your phone.
wasn't for the purpose of Momo challenge. It was more because of the random content in the middle of these videos. And people in the middle of a kid's video explaining
Oh.
how to commit suicide. And
They did that in a Peppa Pig, I think,
Yes,
video. I
yes.
remember people talking about that several years ago.
Yeah,
so this
terrifying.
isn't the same thing.
This isn't the
No.
same thing. Here,
Okay.
I'll
No.
read you a little
People
bit from
have
the
been doing
letter.
shitty things for a long ass
Yeah.
time. but
Yes.
that Momo thing creeps me
No,
out.
it's-
Like that'll give me nightmares.
Kevin searched it. I'm like, don't search on YouTube on your account because then it's going to show up when
Right.
the kids go on to
Right.
watch.
Yeah.
I'll read you a little bit from this letter I received from the principal of my kid's elementary school. The Momo challenge is allegedly communicated through social media and challenges the user to perform a series of risky activities, ultimately leading to suicide. First, this challenge is considered by technology experts to be a hoax that took a life of its own after going viral on social media. However, the concern around this topic does offer an opportunity to communicate the importance of supervising our children's internet use and reminding children never to engage with strangers online or accept online challenges. Children should feel comfortable to report anything they see online that makes them feel unsafe, blah, 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 blah. And then it went in about how they teach it as part of their library program in elementary schools of internet safety and all of that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And to me, like, I didn't want to talk to my kids about it because I don't want me to have a conversation with them and them decide to search something
Right.
or like that. If
'Cause they
it's
get
that
curious.
line of like, if they haven't heard about it, I'm not gonna I don't want to be the one to tell them about it.
Right.
So they are allowed to watch it at the in the living room, but we're there in the living room when they watch it, so I can hear everything, see, and they're only allowed to watch from certain channels that I know are completely on the up and up and safe.
No, my sister was like, my sister talked to her 2 older girls about it, and she's like, I think I put the fear of God in them. Like,
hopefully,
yeah.
So if they ever see anything, they're supposed to like let my sister know right away.
Yeah. Well, it's just like there's a bunch of other things. Well, I shouldn't say a bunch, but like the Slender Man stuff. Like there was a
the boys have heard about that.
few other things. Yeah.
We watched the documentary on Slender Man.
Yeah.
Was it a Lifetime movie? I watched a movie or a movie.
I mean,
this was on HBO.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a movie on Lifetime because that's something Lifetime would do.
It's a true story, right?
Yeah.
Like the
With the girl.
it was a Lifetime movie I watched. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, we watched a documentary on HBO about it.
It freaked me out. The documentary did.
Yeah.
It freaked me out. Like walking Finn by where that tree is out back. I'm just like,
it doesn't take much to creep you out, though. So I don't know if that's really a good.
Yeah.
I still think about you walking backwards.
Oh my God. Oh my
That was
God.
crazy.
It was like funny, but
At the same time, it was like, okay, what the fuck?
I'm like, stop. Stop. It's like nighttime.
No. And the way you turned, like, it's just crazy.
Yes. And he didn't walk into anything.
No, that's what was crazy about it.
He's pretty clumsy too. He always says I'm clumsy, but he's clumsy too.
I'm very clumsy. You are more clumsy, but I'm very clumsy.
I take after my father. Thanks.
I run into
Dad.
stuff all the time. Like you said, you ran into a firehouse. I've run into trees, people, buildings, stop signs. Because I'm constantly looking at the ground to make sure that I don't step on a child or a dog or trip over something. And that usually leaves me wide open to just walk right into something. So it's happened. It's happened.
We need to put sensors on you like my car.
Yeah.
About to walk into something.
Collision imminent. Fucking stop walking. Stop walking. Look up. Look
Look
up.
up every once in a while for crying out loud. This is how you get concussions.
But I have stepped on children, and I've stepped on dogs and cats, and I've stepped on enough things to constantly look down and be aware of that kind of shit.
Oh my God.
Because just like it doesn't take much to creep me out, it does not take much to injure me either. I fall a long way.
It does. The taller they are, the harder they fall.
Yeah. Great job this week, ladies.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
When
You too.
I'm going to ask this question. When's our last episode?
So your last episode will come out on the 19th.
19th, and then we're back a month later, approximately.
Approximately a month later.
Guys, I have something really important I need to say right now.
Oh.
Right before we leave.
Amy, we love you too.
I do love you guys so much. But when you're listening to this episode, it's a week from my birthday.
I knew it. I was like, she's going to bring up her birthday.
I'm just throwing it out there for
What
everybody.
day is your birthday?
March 12th.
Okay, Blake's is the
Breaking news.
14th.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so our next week's episode will air on my birthday.
Oh.
So
I think we
We'll
should
have to-
probably drink a little bit.
Can we please do that?
Get a little tipsy.
We should take the Friday
Everybody
night
in the
spot.
club
So
gets
here's what we're
tips.
going to do. We're going to take the Friday night spot from the boys because it's a
we're on
special.
fire.
wait, we can't do this Friday. We have a wedding.
Oh, that's right. What about Saturday? Do you record on Saturdays? I don't know. I'll do Sunday morning
We're
and
gonna
drink. I
figure
don't really
this out.
care. Whatever.
We'll figure it out.
We'll make it
Mimosas
work.
for everyone.
We'll make it work.
Yeah.
One way or the other. We'll make it work.
Worst case scenario, Taylor can drive us home. We're like 2 minutes down the
True.
road.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing that. We're having a drunk episode
Have your
as
husbands-
celebration
your
of
husbands
his
drop you
birthday.
off.
This is great.
I can even come
I'm
pick you
into
guys
it.
up.
Yes, you
I'll bring
can.
tequila. I'll say
Oh,
stuff I
wow.
shouldn't
What
say,
are you-
and it's
what are
out
you,
there.
trying
I'm
to
done.
fight
I'm done.
people?
Sorry.
No, wow.
I take it
tequila?
back. I'm not bringing
I'm all
tequila.
about getting drunk, but Jesus.
We got to get out of here before things get out of control here. Allison's talking about bringing tequila.
Yeah, I need to go.
Tequila.
I'm not even supposed to be on the show anymore. Okay, I told you last time I was leaving, and here I am.
She's obsessed with us.
Well, make sure you tune in next week to see how this all shakes out.
It'll be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will leave you hanging on the edge of your seats.
Bye.
Bye.